I've got dry lips. Dry lips bothering you, winter over, and still chapped lips. I use Vivid Balm. For all my chapped lip needs.
Do you remember all of those Sale of the Century?
Well, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, I know.
That's where it comes from. Those are my references.
I know.
The girls would go,
and you might win this Ford Escort.
And they'd be touching the Escort and lying on it and doing exactly. That's why I do it. Those are my references.
Playing with its exhaust.
Yeah. Twiddling the knobs.
And all the car shows, they would have the woman lying over the bonnet, wouldn't they?
And sometimes there'd be a boat.
Oh, yes.
Win this boat, even though you live in the middle of Lancashire in landlocked country and you wouldn't be able to transport the boat anywhere. Win this boat for those luxury boating holidays, and it wasn't even a boat that you could live on.
And then you'd also get the big corner suite, wouldn't you? Which would sort of like fit across 3 different lounges, and you've only got like the little box to sit in.
Well, I mean, it's like those sofa adverts. DFS sofas now. It's sofa madness. Get a sofa for only $3,999, payable in 20
from
installments.
£60,000.
It won't even fit in your house unless you take the windows out. I mean, literally, that's what people have to do.
Yeah.
Mireille had to do that with her sofa.
Yes, she did.
They had to take the window out to put the sofa...
Yeah.
That's why I get a sofa in a box from IKEA. Build it yourself in situ. Actually, I'm not sure these would go through the front door.
No, these did get... one did.
Both in a box. They both came in a box. We had to build them.
That one, the legs come off, obviously.
No, it folds up.
Does it
the whole
fold
thing
up?
folds up.
Oh,
yeah.
There we are. And this one as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we are. We can't move because we might have to take the window out. Yeah.
No, I think they will go through. They go from room to room, so they'll go through.
Right, okay, that's all right. Don't need to worry.
Paul. My mind works.
It does,
in that way.
He occasionally says to me, will you help me move the sofa around? Because, he switches the sofa in the middle room, brings it in here and takes one of these in there.
Yeah.
And I go and help him do it. And then he realises when we're doing it, it's actually easier to do it himself. Don't you? Yeah.
Well, you just turn it on one end and slide it along the wooden floor.
Watching out for
nails. But there aren't any nails in the hallway.
No.
Anywho, what are we doing? Who am I? Where are we? Oh my God, we're actually filming. I forgot then. I just thought we were having a chat on the sofa. All right, love, let's start show, shall we?
Let's start,
let's start the show, which is called
Sunday Chat.
And remember, if you want it all, watch Richard and Paul.
Where did that German come
If you want it all, watch Richard and Paul. Paul.
Oh, that was a bit Ruler-Lensker-ish, wasn't it?
Oh, Ruler.
Yeah.
I do like a bit of Ruler.
Yeah, do you? Right, yeah.
Yeah, she's lovely.
I worked with her and Michael Praed, I think it was.
Oh,
yeah, Michael, was it
Praed.
Jason Connery?
I don't know. Get on with the show.
And it was a show that went on tour from the Theatre Royal Windsor. That must have been
what
about
was the show
98.
called, Paul? God.
Oh, it was. Oh dear. Woman of Substance.
A Woman of Substance.
No, wrote it. She wrote it. Oh, she lives in Trump Tower, actually.
I don't know.
Oh, you do know.
Don't care.
You know, Big Buffon. Oh,
Barbara Taylor Bradford.
Barbara
Taylor Bradford. I just literally said it.
Yeah, and her husband Bob Bradford. That's right. Yeah. And it was one of her. It was a stage adaptation of one of her earlier books, I think. And Ruler was in it, and I'm sure it was Michael Praed, and it was going out on tour. And then on the press night in Windsor, sadly in the afternoon, one of the cast had died.
Oh my God.
So there was sort of lots of chats about whether we told the cast before or afterwards, and obviously we had to get somebody in, and they played the part off the book.
Oh,
They had the book, the script with them, and then they were all told afterwards. So there was
Anyway,
what a
God,
night.
I've gone into a coma now.
And Barbara and Bob were there, and so was Barbara Orbison as well. She was there that night.
Barbara Orbison.
Yeah.
Who's that then?
Roy Orbison's wife.
Paul?
What?
I think you've dropped something.
Where?
Some names.
Oh,
Anyway,
dear.
this is not Paul's reminiscing about theatre chat.
It is.
This is Sunday chat.
Oh, Sunday chat.
Welcome, bloody welcome, and thank
Going
you.
off on one.
Thank you. Shush now, Paul.
Yeah.
God's sake. Seriously. Actually.
Right, yeah. But there we are.
Welcome to the show. I forgot what I was saying now.
Dear.
Thank you, bloody thank you
yeah.
for shush now. Seriously. Welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of the show, which is called
Sunday chat.
And if you're new to our channel, thank you so much for subscribing, and don't forget to hit the bell for notification. Then you'll never miss an episode ever.
Ever, yeah. Even if you want to. Oh dear.
Anywho, and we always start off by saying something. No, actually, no.
Bananas.
No, I wanted to start off by saying to our Muslim friends, Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Belated Eid Mubarak.
Was that Wednesday?
It was this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the end of Ramadan. So that's lovely. And we usually kick off with Rich and Paul's weather report. What has the weather been like this week?
Well, the beginning of the week, it was wet and windy. And as we moved through the week, it remained windy, but actually much warmer. And we've had 20, 21 degrees again. It's about 21 at the moment. And the news for next week is it's going to get colder again.
Cold and wet.
Honestly,
Again.
I was really hoping for the nighttime temperatures particularly to stay up around 9, 10, 11 degrees or more.
Nope.
But no. So we had a 4 degrees, I think, overnight Monday, Tuesday. We've got a 6 degrees overnight, several nights coming up. And it's just no good for sort of the tomato seedlings and the less robust seedlings that we got going on. So
Well, I mean, they're classing these few warm days as a little heat wave.
oh,
Oh, it's a little heat wave. And then we're going to be plummeting back down to God knows what. I mean, today, I think it's probably around 19, 20 degrees.
it's 21 at the moment.
21. And it's, it's quite pleasant in the house. I mean, it's not boiling hot, but it's pleasant.
It's fine. Absolutely.
It's pleasant enough to be wearing a thin cardigan. A very thin cardigan, a wafer thin cardigan.
Wafer thin.
But, it's warm up at the top. I've been doing a little bit of spring cleaning this morning. More about that in my daily vlogs, which you'll have already seen because you all watch it, don't you? Yeah. Better do. Anyway, so it's going to be a bit of a shock when it plummets down to 12 degrees.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wear more clothes.
And I think we've got it sort of like through for the next week or 10 days, and then it gets a little bit warmer, but it likely gets a little bit wetter as well.
Anyway,
So, yeah.
So, how has the week been? What's been going on, Paul? Well, there was a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
We didn't see it here in the southeast of England. It was not visible to us.
No.
You had to be, I think, either right up in Scotland
Scotland!
or right down on the southwest
Truro.
tip of Cornwall.
Truro.
I think it's sort of it crossed the country, so it kind of hit the top and the bottom, but not the southeast, which is a shame because I do enjoy a solar eclipse.
Well, I've never experienced a full one.
No, neither have I, but we saw a partial.
When was that?
1999.
99, was it?
It was the year that I joined the BBC, and it was in
Right.
April 1999, and I was on a late shift because I was a telephone operator.
There we
And
are.
I was able to see it because I think it was in the morning.
I think it was around midday because I remember we were sitting in Bill Kenwright's office for our daily managers meeting, which normally started 11:30, 12 o'clock. And it was right at the top of the offices in Maida Vale. And he had his terrace outside his office, and we sort of went out onto the terrace, but it did go really quite
Well, it went
grey.
dim. It went dim, and it was cloudy. I remember. I had a video camera, so I had a sort of filter over the video camera and was filming it, and got a picture of the sort of crescent. Well, it wasn't a crescent. It was a sort of, with a chunk missing. And that was it, really.
There we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do hope you enjoyed the solar eclipse, and we have thoroughly enjoyed reading all the conspiracy theories that clearly didn't come true.
There was a wonderful flat Earth meme, which did make me laugh.
I mean,
it really did.
Just moronic. Completely moronic. Really.
It was very interesting because I don't think it was this one, but I saw one, I think that crossed India. They reran that on a news item, and it was interesting seeing the darkness cross such a huge continent. That was quite amazing.
Well, did you see the pictures that were taken from the space station? They took video of the shadow. From the satellites, sorry.
Right.
They were able to see the shadow and film the shadow crossing the Earth.
No, it was definitely India I saw.
It was very interesting. It was really good.
I mean, it is fascinating. I was speaking to somebody this week at the plot, and we were talking about the solar eclipse, and they did say about it not happening at night.
What?
Solar eclipses don't happen at night.
Well, it was happening at the time when it was night somewhere on the Earth.
That's what they said. And they went,
It's always
night
nighttime somewhere.
Yeah.
Hello?
That was quite funny because I had to sort of think, are they... Yeah, I had to think. Anyway, there we are. Yeah.
Anywho, so other news this week. Work has started on the house.
Yes.
Our workman, Simon, has started work on repairing the render on that side of the house. It's just the downstairs portion, and it's kind of the equivalent of having it skimmed. So a rough layer is done on a special type of webbing, which acts as a foundation. That's adhered to the wall, and then they go over with a rough, and then it's a smooth version on top, a smooth layer on top.
Yes,
I
five layers in total.
And it just flattens the wall and makes it look
Neater.
neat and tidy, because it had quite a few bumps and cracks, and it needed the repair. So that's great. So that's been done. That's curing over the weekend. Then on Monday the scaffold comes. It was meant to come on Friday. I don't know why you're so stressed about it. You've done the recce with the workman.
I know.
He is supervising the scaffolding.
Yeah.
And he said there's not going to be a problem. So
No,
why are
I
you
know.
stressed?
It is my. It's these things. It's where things happen that are totally out of my comfort zone. That's when anxiety for me kicks in, and this is something that I've never experienced before. I've never experienced scaffolding going up around our house. We've seen it, of course, around everywhere else.
Exactly.
And yeah, so they're coming.
I think the anxiety is around the fact that there's a garage there and there's somebody else's garden there.
Yeah.
And they're quite inaccessible. But like I said to you, these guys are experts.
Yeah, I know.
They find a way of doing
Yeah.
it. And they will find a way. And he's going to supervise.
No, I know, absolutely.
And he's more experienced than you and has said, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to move the car though.
I will have to move the car. I don't think the car will be
No.
on the drive for
A couple of weeks.
really. Yeah.
So-
which is fine. We've got parking permits. We've
Yeah.
got a CPZ.
Yeah, controlled parking
Controlled
zone in this
parking, yeah,
area to stop people from parking illegally.
Yeah.
And then parking their cars and going to the tube station and going on holiday.
From Heathrow.
Yeah.
And this used to happen
Yeah.
before this came in. It was quite regular that people would come, park their cars, then you'd see them take suitcases out of the back of the car and then wheel them up the road.
Yeah.
And then a fortnight later, you might see them sort of come back.
Yeah.
Cheap parking.
So anywho, it'll all get painted, all of it. And I'm looking forward to it being finished.
Yeah.
It's not as though it's a team of people. It's only one
No,
guy.
no,
So it's not as though we've got workmen swarming all over the place and looking at me naked in the bath.
Well, they are painting the back. Well, he is painting the back, so that would
he's
be a
not painting the back.
possibility. He's doing the back as
No, he's
well.
not.
Well, he's sealing it. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's sealing it in.
Yeah.
I don't want him painting it.
Yeah,
I like
sealing
it
it.
as it is.
I like it. I know that is. Yeah.
Anywho, so what else has been in the news this week? I noticed a couple of things in the news this week. I read about the new version of Scrabble. Did you read about that? I shared it on Planet Vegetaria. That's a Facebook group by Richard and Paul. Join us. Answer the questions. Join us.
Yeah, if you answer the questions, then
You'll be let in.
You'll be let in. If you don't answer the questions, Facebook automatically doesn't reject you.
Rejects you.
Yeah, rejects you.
Reject.
So there we are. I sort of. It's something about it being simpler for the Gen Z.
Less
thing.
competitive. Because as we know,
I mean, God.
Gen Z and the ones before them, the millennials, didn't grow up with the same notions of competition as we did. Do you remember, Paul, the sports day at school?
Oh, I do, yeah.
Well, I was particularly good
Well, you've got long legs.
at running
You've got long legs.
and the egg and spoon race. I was good at the egg and spoon race. And of course, if you won, the winner and the second and third got prizes.
Aww.
If you didn't come in those positions, you're a loser.
I was always a loser.
And one had to learn how to lose.
I learned very quickly. I learned well how to lose.
But of course,
Absolutely.
the millennials and the Gen Z haven't grown up with that same
No.
sense of competition because
Everyone's a winner.
everybody is a winner.
I think everyone's a winner. Is better.
If you hear any noises, our neighbour's in her garden banging things.
But yeah, I used to quite enjoy sports day. I was really bad at it. Anything about running, swimming. I was all right at swimming. Had the buoyancy, you see, for swimming.
Swimming? You didn't do swimming on sports day.
Well, you had sports day for swimming as well.
No.
Yeah, we had sports day for swimming. Absolutely.
It was just fun. Sack race, egg and spoon race.
Three-legged race.
Three-legged race.
Where you tie your leg to the outside leg of... Well, everyone's got the two outside legs.
I think there was just like a normal, just a running race.
Yeah, I wasn't very good. Oh, relay. Relay.
I don't think we did a relay.
Oh, we did a relay. Yeah, my team would be way out ahead, and then I'd be the fourth, and I'd have the baton, and then I'd drop behind everybody.
Yeah, all right, laughing at your own jokes.
And come last. Yeah.
I never got picked for sports.
Didn't you?
No, because I was useless.
But I thought with your legs.
No, because I couldn't see anything, but I didn't know I couldn't see anything.
You didn't know.
I thought everybody saw blurred. You know. I mean, it's like, yeah, I just used to run around. I didn't know you had to kick the ball into a goal. Nobody had taught me anything about football. I didn't know.
Oh, all those sports
And they'd
things.
all be shouting at me. They'd all be shouting at me. And I just didn't know what to do. It was quite sad, really.
Cross-country running.
Yeah, anyway.
I mean, is that the worst thing? You know, you get all cold and muddy and wet.
Yeah, I hated it.
And you come last.
About 100 metres.
And then you have to, if you came in, I think it was like the last 10 or something out of 60 boys at our school, you had to run around the field again. I mean, really? You know.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, I hated
Poor
it.
nails and
Hated it. Do they?
It's far too long. Disgusting. So the new version of Scrabble is designed to have two versions, the original game and then the non-competitive game.
Well, how is it non-competitive?
Because everybody joins together as a team.
Oh, what a load of rubbish. Honestly, that's pathetic. I mean,
It's about collaboration and teamwork. Remember, there's no I in team.
Or in something else. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, whatever.
I tell you, all these team building things that I've been on over the years, what a load of bollocks.
Yeah, okay. I used to run team building.
Yeah, I know.
Mine were good.
Yeah, maybe yours were.
Mine
Didn't you
were
have
good.
to crawl through a postcard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, we never did anything like that. Yeah, we went on these outward bound courses that usually involved running or paintballing. And I was never competitive, so I really didn't care.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. It's all about you today, isn't it? God.
Oh, dear.
So, spring is upon us now. Praise be to the
spring gods,
equinox, and the tilt of the earth.
Yeah, the flat earth. Yeah.
The flat earth? No, the tilt of the earth.
I know.
That's why we have the seasons.
I know why we have the seasons.
Be.
Yeah.
And I've been spring cleaning.
You have, haven't you? Yeah.
Yes, I cleaned your office for you
have
today.
Yeah. And our spare room.
More of that on my daily vlogs, which you can watch here. So can you.
Do you watch A Week at the Plot? Moving on.
Anywho, Paul, that's it.
Is that it?
It's just TV now.
Is it TV?
Yeah, which has been the main part of our week this week.
We have watched quite a lot of TV.
Well, it started last weekend, didn't it? When the BBC started showing the celebratory programmes around 60 years of Eurovision. That's the Eurovision Song Contest.
I think it was actually 50 years of ABBA, you'll
60 years... No, that one we watched was 60 years of the Eurovision Song Contest, Paul.
Yeah, but that was from 10 years ago.
Katie Boyle.
From 10 years ago.
So is it 70 years?
Yeah. It's coming up 70 years in a year or so.
Oh, yeah. No, but the programme we watched was 60 years ago.
So they were having an evening celebrating 50 years of ABBA winning the Eurovision Song Contest with Waterloo. And part of that evening was this programme of 10 years ago.
And it was really interesting because we've always said that we don't really watch Eurovision now because it's just too big and spectacular. It's got too big for its own boots. When we were watching it as kids, it was kind of slightly amateurish.
Yeah.
Things went wrong.
Yeah, well, particularly in that one, didn't it?
The score, we watched the 1974 one, didn't we?
Yeah,
we actually watched the whole thing. Well, not all of it,
no,
but like
the end
half
of it.
Which is the one that ABBA won with Katie Boyle doing the presenting, which she'd done for many years. Yeah. And it was really noticeable.
It was ramshackle.
But it was really noticeable that all the songs were mainly ballads.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't they? Apart from maybe Olivia Newton-John, who represented the UK in 1974. And, of course, ABBA doing Waterloo, which, of course, is a very upbeat, spicy little number. You know.
Spicy?
Well, spicy, I mean... I don't mean spicy. What do I mean?
Upbeat, fun.
It's upbeat, fun.
Smiley.
It's powerful as well. And of course, it stormed into first place. Didn't it, really? It was up there from the beginning with the scores. There were others getting close at one point. But it was kind of doing well. And I said to you, look how stuffy everything is.
Yeah, all the men in sort of dinner jackets and bow ties and
the
things.
Women in ball gowns and evening dress.
And going, oh, jolly good show, jolly good show. We like that song.
And very, very stuffy, and the way the scoring was done.
I'm sure in that year, Netherlands, I think they should have had 2 or 3 points more than they were given because... I think they got the scoring wrong at one point.
Anywho, so we watched that. We also watched a series of programmes celebrating ABBA as well.
50 years back, I think.
Yeah, 50 years of ABBA. Which again was fascinating. And very interesting to us because we grew up with ABBA. ABBA were, certainly in our household, ABBA was played a lot. We had ABBA cassettes, ABBA vinyl records, and we sang along to ABBA all the time. It was considered fairly wholesome in comparison, of course, to rock and roll music.
Well, my brothers being sort of 6-7 years older than me, the music in our household was very much Nana Mouskouri and Lena Martell and Rolling Stones and things like that, and Sweet, and so yeah.
So that was all very fascinating and fun.
It was, and I didn't realise that ABBA had actually been shortlisted the previous year to represent Sweden, but didn't get through that.
Well, they were already established musicians and stars in Sweden before they won Eurovision. Eurovision just gave them the catapult that they really needed, and it took a couple of years for them to really get going. But I remember when they started to become very, very big was with the albums Arrival and ABBA the album. And of course, by the time they got to Voulez-Vous, the album, they were huge stars. Massive. Yeah.
Aren't they named after a canning factory in Malmo or something?
Sorry?
ABBA, isn't it a canning factory?
What on earth are you talking about?
I thought it was a fish.
It's named after their names.
I know it's named after their names, but I think it's also, isn't it, a canning factory?
I don't think so, Paul. We're moving swiftly on now.
Got that wrong.
So, Professor T, the new season we've started.
And I'm really enjoying it, actually.
Okay.
I think it's better than the second series. I think it's tighter. He's in a different situation. I think that's helped it.
There's a new series on Amazon, which we were told by someone to try. It's called Fallout.
And I read a lot of good reports about it.
Well, we gave up. We were bored.
I gave up after about 10 minutes, and you gave it about half an hour, and then went to me, I don't care.
I wasn't enjoying it at all. Apparently it's based on a video game.
Right.
That's what it's based on.
Well, Tomb Raider, we really enjoyed those films, and that was based on a video game.
Maybe lovers of the video game enjoy it. I did not enjoy it at all.
No.
We continue and I think have finished Mandy. And actually I found a couple of the later episodes funnier than the start.
Yeah.
Especially the one about her nan.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, Mandy.
Nandy.
Yeah. Nandy with Mandy.
Yeah. That was good.
I still like the stewardess one at the beginning. Yeah.
We continue with To the Manor Born, which we continue to enjoy.
And you can see how the relationship between the two has developed over the very small amount of episodes that there have been. I quite like that. And of course we're coming up to the denouement now, aren't we?
We have started rewatching Pie in the Sky.
Yeah.
This is a series from the 90s, the early 90s.
94, I think it was.
And that we thoroughly enjoyed with Richard Griffiths, is it? And Maggie Steed. I love Maggie Steed. I think she's a brilliant actress.
I mean, everything she's been in has been amazing.
Yeah, she always gets some great characters.
I loved her in Jam and Jerusalem. Her character in Jam and Jerusalem was really great. That was written by Jennifer Saunders, wasn't it?
And she did a few, yes it was, and she did a few Victoria Woods as well over the years, didn't she? So that's a great little show to watch if you like English police drama from the 90s. And we always like something old to watch, you know.
Yeah, again, there's that comfort factor to, you know, knowing those characters and knowing how things are going to evolve. You know, you might forget who actually was guilty at the end of it, but, you know, that doesn't matter. It's that comfort. Yeah.
And if you've not seen Pie in the Sky, it's about a police officer who is trying to retire. And he and his wife are setting up a restaurant. And the restaurant is called Pie in the Sky, and his speciality is pies. So there's also a food angle to the show. And usually in each episode there is some new dish that he's trying out, or a recipe that he's trying out, which he usually describes in mouth-watering detail. So that's kind of the angle that the show took. And it is a fairly gentle watch.
Yeah, but somebody dies. Yeah.
Yeah, usually somebody dies, but it's a gentle murder.
Yeah.
Gentle crime. And we did watch the Antiques Roadshow on Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah, they do, for me, they do tend to merge into one. I couldn't tell you what was on last.
I don't really know why we even talk about the Antiques Roadshow, because it certainly isn't a highlight of the week.
No, but you like watching it.
I like watching it because it's that Sunday night sort of nothingness. You know, you've had your bath, you've had your tea or your dinner, and you're just chilling, ready to prepare yourself for the working week. Yeah. There you go. That's why I like it.
Pie in the Sky was after Antiques Roadshow, wasn't it? It must have been.
Originally, when it was originally
Yeah, because it was a
broadcast.
Sunday originally.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was quite popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
At
Oh,
the
it's
time.
very popular.
Yeah, but when you look at it, it's extremely dated.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and
the cars.
Oh, well, the whole
the
thing
fashion.
is dated, and it felt, it must have been one of the last things on video or something. So it always feels a bit mushy. The filming, you know, it's not sharp. Soft, yeah. But I would like to visit where it was filmed, or where the actual restaurant Pie in the Sky.
Where did we say it was?
Was it Malmesbury? Or Beaconsfield, something around there, I think.
No, it's... was it Marlow?
Marlow. Yeah, I think it may be
Marlow?
Marlow. Anyway, it's somewhere in that area.
No,
and-
Hemel Hempstead
Yeah, Hemel Hempstead.
as well.
Yeah, I think it was filmed. I mean, you know, many of these series are filmed in a particular area.
But we saw the road on another show the other day.
We did
didn't
the
we?
other day. We went, oh, that's the pie. in
It
the
was
sky."
Mandy.
It
When
was
she-
Mandy.
When she
yeah.
had the ladder.
Yeah. Oh, the ladder.
Yeah. And it was that stretch.
It was the stretch.
Yeah. We
It's
said,
so.
pie in the sky.
It's
which
so-
is quite coincidental, I felt.
Did you?
Yes,
Very
I did.
I quite like to just drive past and have a
There's
look.
been a few coincidences like that recently.
Oh, actually, we were talking about this earlier in the week because last Saturday when we filmed, I saw something about what was his name? Not Keith Chegwin. Swap Shop.
Noel Edmonds.
Noel Edmonds. I saw something about Noel Edmonds. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. I haven't seen anything about Noel Edmonds for a long time.
TV presenter from the 70s, DJ, radio DJ.
And then,
A nobody, really.
well, I mean, a huge
Now.
person then.
He's a bit of a weirdo now.
Anyway, now lives in New Zealand. And then later on that day, somebody was talking to me and they went, oh, do you remember Noel Edmonds? And it was so out of the blue. And I went, well, yes, oddly enough, I just saw something this morning about him. And then in the evening, there was one of the interviews that ABBA gave was to Noel Edmonds. So that was on. So I saw Noel Edmonds 3 times in a day.
Oh, how
you know.
fortunate. Paul.
Well, no, but it is odd how sometimes these things happen.
It is. And it's very odd how we get to the end of the show and it's time to say goodbye.
That happens each week. Yeah, absolutely.
What a coincidence, because I'm just ready for a cup of tea.
Didn't we watch anything else?
No, that's it.
I'm sure we watched something else.
June.
June.
You were watching the
Oh,
old
I was
June.
watching the old June, that's right, which I'm sort of watching in chunks.
God, it's a weird film.
It's really interesting.
It's a weird film. It
Uh-huh.
makes no sense whatsoever.
Well,
Half of it's happening in somebody's head.
Well, part of it is.
I mean,
no,
you know.
but it's because they know the future to come. That's
I don't
why.
care.
I think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
But I did
Shush
hear
now,
his
Paul.
son talking about him and certain characters, and that was a bit odd.
Chakalaka-papa. Time to say goodbye now. Say goodbye.
It's a bit like Bagpuss, isn't it?
Say goodbye.
Oh, there's a special. The guy who created Bagpuss, his son is doing an event online in a few weeks talking about
good.
is it Pingus? I think Pingus. So yeah, that would be interesting.
Bye then. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.